Have you ever felt a deep, unsettling whisper within, telling you there's more to life, a greater purpose waiting to be unlocked? You see others seemingly manifest their desires, achieve their goals, and live with an undeniable sense of direction, while you remain stuck, battling unseen chains. What if the very path to unlocking your true potential, to experiencing spiritual transformation and purposeful prosperity, was laid out thousands of years ago by the wisest king, Solomon, and then masterfully applied by modern thinkers like Napoleon Hill? This isn't just about fleeting motivation. It's about a profound shift in your very being, a faith renewed that will guide your every step. This journey we embark on together isn't merely about acquiring knowledge, but about embodying a timeless wisdom, much like the ancient rivers that carve their own path through solid rock, relentless and unyielding. Solomon, in all his glory, understood that true wealth wasn't just in gold, but in the richness of a disciplined mind and a spirit attuned to divine principles. His proverbs aren't just ancient sayings, they are living blueprints for how to recognize the signs of God in your life, guiding you toward a profound and lasting change. We often search for complex answers, intricate formulas to escape our current circumstances, yet the truth, like a hidden spring in the desert, is often found in simplicity and unwavering consistency. Just as a seed, small and unassuming, holds the potential for a mighty oak, your daily actions, guided by divine wisdom, possess the power to cultivate a life of profound impact. This is not a quick fix, but a deliberate, focused journey demanding your intentional participation, a 90-day covenant with your highest self and the divine. The wisdom of the ancients, echoed by modern masters, reveals a fundamental truth. Your external reality is a mirror reflecting your internal state, your deepest convictions, and your unspoken fears. When Solomon declared, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he," he wasn't merely speaking poetically. He was unveiling a universal law that Napoleon Hill later explored through the power of thought as a cause. This is where the unseen forces of your mind begin to shape your visible world. Think of it as tuning a magnificent instrument. Your life is the melody, but without the right tuning, the harmony remains elusive. For 90 days, we will attune your instrument not to the cacophony of the world's doubts, but to the divine symphony of purpose and potential. This deep dive into Solomon's wisdom, infused with practical modern applications, will confront the inertia that holds you captive, shatter the internal lies that bind your spirit, and inspire definitive decisions that rewrite your future. This commitment for the next 90 days is a sacred pact, a personal pilgrimage towards a life where purpose meets prosperity, where divine guidance is not an abstract concept, but a tangible presence. It's about breaking free from the unseen prisons of self-doubt and unfulfilled potential. Are you ready to step onto this path, to embrace the promesas divinas that await those who dare to align their will with eternal wisdom? Our journey begins, not with grand gestures, but with the subtle whisper of a new dawn, the quiet conviction that today something shifts. You might feel a weight, a silent burden of unfulfilled potential, and it's precisely in that vulnerable space that true transformation begins. This isn't about chasing fleeting happiness, but cultivating a deep, abiding joy rooted in purpose. Many walk through life feeling adrift, like a ship without a rudder, tossed by every wave of circumstance. They yearn for guidance, for answers, but often look in all the wrong places. Solomon, in his profound wisdom, knew that the compass for life's turbulent seas lies not in external accolades, but within the disciplined mind and an awakened spirit. Consider the words of Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. This ancient truth echoes in the modern philosophy of personal development. It tells us that before any outward Manifestation. Before any tangible success, there must be an internal cultivation, a sharpening of the mind and spirit. This means understanding that your thoughts are not just fleeting impulses, but powerful architects of your reality. Just as Napoleon Hill taught the principle of thought as a cause, Solomon understood that the inner world precedes the outer. What you consistently hold in your mind's eye, what you truly believe, will inevitably manifest in your experience. Yet, many struggle with this very concept, finding themselves caught in a cycle of negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. This is the inertia we must confront, the internal lies that whisper, "You are not enough, you cannot do this." These are the shadows that obscure the purpose of God for your life. For the next 90 days, we commit to dismantling these shadows, one deliberate thought at a time. This isn't about wishful thinking, but about intentional cultivation of a mind rooted in wisdom and divine truth. It's about recognizing that every thought is a seed planted in the fertile ground of your being. The first step is to recognize the silent narratives that play in your mind, often unconsciously. These are the stories you tell yourself about who you are, what you deserve, and what's possible for you. Many are inherited, absorbed from our surroundings, shaping our reality without our explicit consent. King Solomon understood the profound impact of these internal narratives. He noted in Proverbs 23:7, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." This isn't just an observation, it is a declaration of a fundamental spiritual law. Your inner world dictates your outer experience. Contemporary authors, from Napoleon Hill to modern neuroscientists, have echoed this ancient wisdom, proving through countless examples that the mind, when focused and aligned, possesses an almost alchemical ability to transform circumstances. Your potential for transformation spiritual begins here. But how do we shift these deep-seated patterns? It begins with awareness, with holding a mirror to your inner dialogue, much like examining the reflections in a still pond. Is your internal voice one of encouragement or constant critique? Does it empower or disempower you? This mirroring process can be uncomfortable, even painful, for it reveals the raw, unvarnished truth of our self-perception. Yet, it is in this very discomfort that the seeds of genuine change are sown. Like the refiner's fire, it burns away, the dross revealing the pure gold beneath. For 90 days, we embark on a conscious process of observation and redirection. Every time a limiting thought arises, acknowledge it, but do not dwell there. Instead, consciously replace it with a truth aligned with your divine purpose and the promises of God. This consistent practice builds new neural pathways, new rivers of thought. This brings us to the power of definitive decisions. Many live in a perpetual state of indecision, paralyzed by fear of failure or the unknown. This paralysis is a direct affront to the divine gift of free will, the very power given to us to shape our destinies. Solomon, in his vast experience, understood the futility of indecision. He declared in Proverbs 13:4, "The soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat." Desire alone is insufficient. It must be coupled with decisive action. Napoleon Hill, through his extensive research, observed that all successful individuals possess the unwavering trait of definiteness of purpose, a clear, burning desire, and a resolute commitment to achieve it. This definiteness is the spiritual and practical anchor. What is that singular purpose, that burning desire that lights a fire within your soul? For 90 days, we will bring that purpose into crystal clear focus. Write it down, speak it aloud, envision it daily. Let it be the North Star guiding your every action. This isn't about merely wanting something. It's about making a non-negotiable decision, a vow to yourself and to the divine. It's about cutting off all avenues of retreat, burning the bridges. of past failures and stepping boldly into your destined future. The universe, it is said, conspires with a determined mind. When you make a definitive decision, an undeniable clarity emerges, and obstacles that once seemed insurmountable begin to dissolve, revealing pathways you never knew existed. This is the Espíritu Santo at work, guiding your path. Now, let us turn our attention to the profound concept of sowing and reaping, a universal law that transcends time and culture. Many yearn for a bountiful harvest, but fail to understand the diligence required in the planting. Solomon, the ultimate observer of life's intricate dance, articulated this law beautifully in Ecclesiastes 11:6. In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening withhold not thine hand. For thou knowest not whether shall prosper, either this or that, or whether they both shall be alike good. This echoes the sentiment of modern wealth creation principles. Consistent, purposeful action, even when the immediate results are not visible, is paramount. Success is not an overnight phenomenon. It is the cumulative effect of daily, disciplined efforts. For 90 days, we embrace the rhythm of sowing and reaping, not just in financial terms, but in every aspect of our lives. Sow seeds of kindness, words of affirmation, acts of service, and dedicated effort towards your purpose. This requires a profound trust in the process, a deep understanding that the soil of life will always yield a harvest commensurate with what is sown. Do not be discouraged by immediate results, for the most profound growth often occurs beneath the surface, unseen. Consider the farmer who plants a tiny seed. He doesn't dig it up daily to check its progress. He trusts in the natural law of growth, providing nourishment and protection, knowing that in due time the harvest will come. Your faith renewed is this trust. This cultivation extends to our relationships, our health, and our spiritual well-being. What seeds are you planting in these vital areas of your life? Are they seeds of neglect or seeds of intentional care and growth? The law of attraction, as understood by many modern thinkers, is simply a reinterpretation of this ancient law. What you put out, what you consistently focus on, what you believe, you attract back into your experience. It is a powerful Goya Divina. This brings us to the mastery of our emotions, often the wild horses of the soul, pulling us in every direction. Solomon, through his own journey of excess and contemplation, understood the vital role of self-control. Proverbs 25:28 states, "He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls." Without emotional mastery, we are vulnerable, our inner fortress easily breached by external pressures and internal turmoil. Napoleon Hill recognized that emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage one's own emotions and those of others, was a cornerstone of great achievement. It is not about suppressing emotions, but understanding their messages and guiding them purposefully. For 90 days, we will practice emotional regulation, learning to observe our feelings without judgment, allowing them to pass through us like clouds across the sky. This creates space for clarity, for wisdom to emerge from within. This involves recognizing the triggers that send us spiraling into despair, anger, or fear. Once identified, we can consciously choose a different response, a response rooted in faith and wisdom, not reactive impulse. This is a profound act of self-love, reclaiming your inner peace from the chaos of unchecked emotions. When you master your emotional landscape, you become an unshakable force, resilient in the face of life's inevitable storms. Consider the words of Jesus, who calmed the storm with a word. While we may not command the winds and waves, we can certainly command the storms within our own hearts. This is the purposeful prosperity that transcends material wealth. Let us now delve into the power of gratitude, a profound spiritual principle that unlocks abundance. Many focus on what they lack, inadvertently creating more lack. Solomon, in his immense blessings, never forgot the source. While not a direct quote, the spirit of gratitude permeates Proverbs, where blessings are always seen as gifts from above. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, echoes this sentiment in James 1:17. Modern teachings on abundance consistently highlight gratitude as the key. When you acknowledge and appreciate what you have, you open the floodgates for more to flow into your life. It is an energy that attracts. For 90 days, we will begin and end each day with a conscious act of gratitude. List 5 things you are genuinely thankful for, no matter how small they may seem. This simple practice shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. This isn't about denying challenges, but about acknowledging the blessings that coexist with them. Even in the midst of trials, there are always elements to be grateful for, moments of grace that sustain us. This builds your testimonios de fé en Deus. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to fear and anxiety. When your heart is filled with thankfulness, there is little room for worry. It elevates your vibration, aligning you with the higher frequencies of peace and prosperity. This practice deepens your connection to the divine, reminding you that you are constantly supported and provided for. It fosters a sense of trust and surrender, knowing that you are held in the palm of a loving hand. Finally, we arrive at the profound significance of consistent action, the bridge between intention and manifestation. Many have noble intentions, but without consistent effort, they remain mere dreams. Solomon constantly emphasized diligence and hard work. Proverbs 22:29 states, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings, he shall not stand before mean men." Effort is rewarded. Napoleon Hill underscored the importance of persistence, the unwavering commitment to a goal. Despite setbacks, this is where dreams are forged into reality through the crucible of disciplined daily action. For the next 90 days, let us commit to daily intentional steps towards our greatest purpose. No matter how small, each step builds momentum, creating an unstoppable force that propels you towards your destined life. This is where purposeful prosperity truly begins. Now that we have reflected on the profound wisdom passed down through generations, bridging the ancient insights of Solomon with the contemporary teachings of transformation, it is time to turn inward. We have journeyed through the landscapes of our minds, confronted our internal narratives, and embraced the power of definitive decision and consistent action. This moment is not merely a pause in our reflection, but a sacred invitation to connect with the very source of all wisdom, the divine wellspring from which all blessings flow. Let us prepare our hearts to open, to become vessels for divine guidance and renewed faith. This is not a formal recitation, but an intimate conversation, a communion with the one who knows your deepest longings and understands your silent prayers. Release any expectations, any preconceived notions, and simply allow your spirit to receive. Breathe deeply, quiet your mind, and let your heart become receptive to the peace and presence that awaits. Oh, gracious Father, we come before you with hearts overflowing with gratitude. We thank you for the timeless wisdom revealed through King Solomon, for the profound insights that illuminate our path, and for the unwavering promises of God that sustain us even in the darkest of valleys. We are grateful for every lesson, every challenge, and every blessing that has shaped us into who we are today. We humbly ask for your divine guidance as we embark on this 90-day journey of transformation. Grant us clarity of mind to recognize your signs, the courage to make definitive decisions, and the unwavering persistence to act upon them. Pour out your Espíritu Santo upon us, that we may be filled with discernment, strength, and unwavering faith to fulfill the purpose of God for our lives. We declare our unwavering faith in your unfailing love and boundless power. We believe in your promises, knowing that the Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Your mercy, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the works of your hands. Psalm 138:8. We trust that as we align our will with yours, all things are possible, and our faith renewed will move mountains. We receive your peace that surpasses all understanding, your purposeful prosperity that enriches every aspect of our being, and your divine wisdom that lights our way. May our lives become living testimonios de fe em Deus, a testament to your transforming power. May we walk in abundance, grace, and joy, shining your light brightly in a world that so desperately needs it. Amen. If this message has stirred something deep within your soul, if you felt a flicker of hope or a burning desire for profound change, then this is your moment. This isn't just another video, it's an invitation to embark on a transformative journey, to reclaim your power, and to align with your divine purpose. The wisdom of Solomon, applied with the practical focus of modern success principles, is a blueprint for a life of purposeful prosperity, but it demands action. Don't let this moment pass you by. If you're ready to commit to this 90-day path of spiritual transformation, to break free from the chains of inertia and internal lies, then I invite you to join our growing community. Subscribe to this channel right now, so you don't miss any of the powerful insights and orações poderosas that will continue to guide you. Hit that notification bell, so you're always among the first to receive these messages of faith renewed. Your decision today is a seed planted for tomorrow's harvest. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message, someone battling their own unseen giants. Let this wisdom ripple outwards, touching lives and igniting definitive decisions across the globe. Remember, the signs are all around you. The divine guidance is always present. The question is, are you ready to open your eyes, listen with your heart, and walk in the fullness of your destiny? Let's choose transformation together.